Hello. How are you? Thank you for being here. My name is Hallie. I am a mindset coach, and I appreciate you being here. If we have not met yet, I am a mindset coach, as I said. And for the past 5+ years, I have been helping women who have had to put career or kids first and themselves last. I help them break the patterns and blocks that are holding them back from living their best life. And we do this in just 12 weeks, sometimes faster. If you want to learn more about my methods, you can check out one of my previous videos on this channel or watch my free video presentation where I kind of walk you through the 5 shifts or the 5 pillars that my method relies upon. And if you're done just feeling stuck and ready to move forward, you can always schedule a call with us and we will see if we are a match. And if we are, we can get started right away. So today I want to talk with you, take a look at regret and how that really does hold you back or keep you stuck when it comes to moving forward. And I want to just say this right up front, that humans are predisposed to regret. Right? In fact, one of the first things that the women in the Love Lab, which is my program, work on right off the bat is it's always being able to begin to recognize and then how to, more importantly, know how to guide your brain away from its natural negativity bias. Until you know how to redirect this, then regret is going to have such a strong hold on your life and really suffocate your decision making. So regret causes you to question all your decisions. It is that quiet critic that tells you you are making a mistake. You need to walk on eggshells when you're sharing your feelings, sharing your thoughts. Regret causes you to live in uncertainty and doubt. And when you are living in this place of uncertainty and doubt, it is an uphill battle to make constructive decisions. And the really hard thing is that you are in this loop, so to speak, and your energy frequency, which I'll just call your mood or your self-esteem, is at a very low level. And then you attract others who are also at this low level. And often I'll explain maybe attraction as allowing also, or seeking, because those situations or those people will naturally feel more normal and familiar to you. So as you are living in this space and behaving from this space, you attract others who are also there, which makes you begin to believe or build this narrative that this is just the way the world is. You may see this in the quality of your friendships. You might see it in the men that you meet. You may see this at work, in your children, your siblings. It will show up everywhere because it is where you are living, consciously and subconsciously. So it's a flip of cause and effect. You are truly affecting the cause. So I'll share an example of this. I was talking with a woman at my hair salon earlier this week, and her brain was just stuck in this loop of negativity bias. And I've worked in this area for so long, it's simple for me to recognize and truly help women zap that if they want to be. So I didn't know her very well, clearly. She wasn't asking for my help, but she was opening up to me, and in a real regret storm, or as Brene Brown calls it, a real shame storm. She was divorced for several years and her ex had remarried, and she was so angry with him. She was so angry with him, with his new wife. And she said her stomach feels just like it's on fire sometimes when she has to see him or gets texts from him or does any type of activity where they're in together, or even really not even just together, just interaction, even on the phone. And I will say this caveat, people often randomly open up to me. They have all my life, and it's really how I knew I had an intuitive gift from a very early age. So anyways, she was really so angry. She was so upset that she had ever even married him in the first place. She was just throwing around regret left and right. Then she said she blames herself and she feels she's really turning into this like frumpy old woman. She snaps at her kids. She blames him for ever getting married. She even mentioned that she kind of knew that the marriage wasn't her best decision on her wedding day, but she was kicking herself that she hadn't spoken up. I mean, her regret really, really ran deep. And honestly, as just a person like sitting next to her, I was exhausted. I wanted to get up and run. I mean, her mess was not something that I wanted in my space, which is exactly what I'm talking about. So her energy field was nothing that was attractive to me or to my energy field. And I'm certain it's not attractive to others who are probably where she wants to be, but feels is so far away from where she is. It's like that person who's drowning, truthfully, and they're kicking and flailing, and they're so much that they can't grab the life preserver. So had she been a client, which she isn't, but if she were, we would have hit this head on. So getting out of this tendency or loop, it's not a linear process, but it does include a few key ingredients that I would have applied. And when applied, they work like magic. So with her, the first step I would have had her take is to get grounded in the present, to really be with herself and her emotions. I would help her process the emotions coming up so she can be out from underneath them. They were clearly so heavy. So by not dealing with them, they are like those, like the kids going nuts when the teacher leaves the classroom. Both those emotions in her heart and in her head. It was just a chaos, a chaotic situation. And I'm sure it's causing her health effects, sleep deprivation, anxiety, depression. I'm sure her nervous system is a mess. So we'd start there and get her nervous system regulated. Okay, so after that, we'd take a look at the situation with a few new lenses. These paradigm shifts aren't at like to talk her out of her truth, but they are there to help her create new neural pathways. So we do this from a few directions, but one of those is a series of what I call my even better questions, and they're really easy to choose from. So the questions that you ask yourself are key. So they need to direct you towards what you want, not stack on more blame or shame. So as you go through a series of, as my clients go through a series of my constructive questions, they begin to open up new neural pathways. And when they do this consistently and with attention, they begin teaching their brain how to do this automatically. It's rarely a one and done exercise. And that's why I work with women in a container of at least 8 weeks, but often 12. So all I will say is once you build up this skill, it doesn't mean regret doesn't pop up anymore as a thought or temptation. But now when it does, you know how to bring relief to that thought. So this is how you build trust with yourself, and then ultimately how you're able to trust others and to make decisions that you trust, decisions that you feel confident making. So second guessing goes bye-bye. So back to my example with the woman. So it would also be important for her to gain an honest understanding of how holding on to that regret is helping her. Sounds weird, right? And this can only happen once somebody makes the commitment to becoming more self-aware and honest with a curiosity about who you are. We all want to be right, right? So, but how do we really know what is right and what is wrong? How do we know when something doesn't go our way that it is the wrong way? These paradigm shifts are important to begin implementing if you want to bring yourself back into alignment with the life you want to be living, and make that spiritual connection to know you can have faith and trust in the unknown. So if you're constantly criticizing yourself or beating yourself up over things in the past or not giving yourself the support you need, then regret will keep you stuck in this loop of constantly beating yourself up for not doing something different. So when you're in this loop, it's really hard to jump out of, to just jump out of quick. And obviously the hair salon wasn't the place to begin. But I do say start by slowing down and taking proactive action towards the future that you want. And as you do this, then you bring yourself back into the present and you begin to make decisions that feel more constructive. One of my favorite nuggets is to, I love to pass on this, and I did pass this on to her whenever people are regretting maybe a past decision that they made or didn't make, is stop going to a Chinese restaurant looking for nachos, right? Decide who you will go to for what. And my hunch is that this woman has a posse of friends or family who feed her regret. And these people are not helping her make changes towards the future that she wants. They're not helping her move forward in life. So make sure you're seeking answers from someone who can help you get to the space where you want to be living. So all of this is just a small slice of what we really focus on when I help women as they step into their next chapter of life. I help them really establish their identity outside of the office or outside of being mom and for moving forward. And it's a 12-week program. As I said, it's called the Love Lab. And it is for high achieving women who are quality minded, who have had to put career, kids first, and love last. No regrets, but they know that they want love in their future now. So if that is you, then that is something we can help you with. Either send me a message to learn more or check out the presentation I have where I outline the 5 steps that in the process that we follow. And I will say that we don't do this for free. It's not a light switch. It's not a quick tip I can just pass on in a hair salon. I wish that it were. There's obviously an investment required. There is time, there is money, and most important, there is desire for better. So it's the transformation that you receive is life-changing. The skills that you learn and embody, the changes in your brain and heart and changes in your life are major, and they are healthy building blocks that you will continue to use to inform the rest of your life and the rest of the next relationship that you bring in. So if you feel called to begin this, then we'd love to help you. It's amazing to be focusing on this work right now. The world really does need more and more of us to stand up and move forward in love, living our best life, creating life on our terms rather than just consuming what shows up or living in that lather, rinse, repeat kind of bury my brain in another Netflix series kind of day. So if you want to learn more, know you can reach out and we can help. And I hope you will join me next time as we take a look at another important lesson from the Love Lab. Thanks for joining me here. I hope this helped and brought you some actionable steps that you can take. And if you want to learn more, feel free to join my Facebook group. It is called How to Single Without Loneliness, or reach out to us and we can talk more about any questions that you have. So sending you love. Hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.